Good evening and welcome to my channel Economics Chit Chat, and it's been a great day again to meet you all and discuss about the markets. Well, you have been seeing overnight that the markets are again and again trying to bounce back, and they are trying to recreate an atmosphere of bullish momentum. Now, what is happening in the market is that somewhere down the line, the uncertainty is being covered up. Let me just put this word why, because somewhere people are feeling that the FIIs might turn out to be net sellers, but that's not being actually realized. Many people are actually trying to again become buyers, and somewhere the market is again trying to push up and it's going up in terms of momentum. Now, just to give you an experience today, if you have been observing the bank nifty, it crashed almost minus 150, 130 points. Again, it bounced back almost 200 points plus and recovering that 47,000 mark again. Now, that shows the amount of confidence in the market. Now, wherever this confidence comes from, but then from an investor perspective, if you start seeing, you would start getting that feeling, you would start getting that factor that, somewhere the market will recover, I will make money out of it. So anybody who would have invested in a bank stock today, let's say in SBI or in ICICI or in HDFC, would definitely see that the momentum is again trying to pull back and they are able to come back to the normalcy. Now, what is very interesting in this coming week is that we have seen that our Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated several projects in terms of power. So we have also seen that BHEL has recently won a contract of about 17,000 crores plus from NTPC. So somewhere the power sector, the public sector union, especially on the power sectors like Power Grid, NTPC, BHEL, and I'm looking into even Tata Power, the power-based companies all together. They're all coming into a different dynamic, in a different power play mode altogether. So please have a close look into this PSUs, especially on NTPC and Power Grid. All the analysts have given a positive rating on that, and personally I feel that Power Grid, which is around at 295 today, which closed, it has a potential to go up to 315 to 320. Now, the most interesting thing which I would like to share back with you guys is that sometime back I had told you that Canara Bank would cross 600 rupees, and yes, it did today. Today it touched 603 rupees. So anybody who had invested in Canara Bank stock way back at 540, 550, today you would have really made a very good profit because it has gone up by almost 60 rupees. Now, that's exactly where I say the power of equity lies. Stay invested in the public sector union stocks because these guys are going to make a huge amount of profit. Now, the other thing which I would also like to share in this coming videos is that I would like to talk about certain sectors which are now coming up in a great way, and one among them is the realty sector, that real estate sector altogether, where we are seeing that there is a momentum that is building up, especially when I look into Godrej Properties as one of the things, Embassy, REIT, all these kind of stocks would also start making up because their office spaces are in demand and there is a growing need and consumption in the urban space also. Now, what is going to keep the momentum in the coming week? That's what is going to be the most interesting factor. One side, you have seen that a sudden demerger announced by Tata Motors. Yes, and that is where today the market have welcomed it. They have not gone down. In fact, Tata Motors again made a new high of 1,031 plus. So that was really something very interesting for all of us to see. But on the other side, I would like to say that, there are stocks which are now getting into a specific mode, especially in the banking stock. I would again like to recommend Bank of Baroda with a target of 285. Currently, it is around at 269 plus. I would recommend all of you to please look into this particular stock. Why? Because this would definitely go up to 285, 286 in the coming weeks. Plus, I would also like to look into Titan, which is in a very good position. It's a good buy position altogether. I would like to give a 10% complete on that hike in the coming 1 year altogether. So that's a long-term stock recommendation, which I would be looking into it. Plus, On the private sector space, I would like to recommend Axis Bank, which is also very, very important. Why? Because with the recent tie-up on the UPI payment scale, Axis Bank would definitely be one of my good picks in the coming week. I'm looking for Axis Bank to touch 1200 in the coming days. So please have a quite close look at the number of stocks which I have discussed in the video, and definitely you would make profit in the coming months. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope and believe that all this information that I have shared would make a great sense to you. In the coming weeks, in the coming months, stay focused, stay invest. Definitely we can make good profits. Thank you for joining me today.